having a group of Filipino American investors who have lived, decades and decades in the U.S., they sort of have American expectations when it comes to production, right? Things have to happen fast and efficiently, and we're going to do all this. But we're running an artisanal, handmade, fabric company. So I get the calls. We need 100 pieces in a week. So trying to explain that to them without the aid of them being here and seeing how a handmade product takes time to get off the looms, that's always difficult to. I hate saying no. I want to say yes to all the requests and get it going. But conversely, trying to articulate the desires of the investors, the enthusiasm of the investors to the team on the ground, there's always that disconnect. So I feel like, if the team gets down because they're not performing as fast as the investors would like, I have to remind them that that's okay and that's part of the model, that it's handmade and it's slow. If we want to stick to what our heart tells us that this business should be, it's not going to be a fast process. Until, we demonstrate that we've got demand in the market and we can expand our looms. We get these into 100 homes and get 100 scarves a day, then we're looking at true, real growth. But until that point, we want to stick to our guns. So trying to communicate that we're a slow fashion business to investors who want to see, a return on investment or revenue quickly is always a challenge. And I do feel, because I'm sort of the middleman between both worlds, I feel like I have to explain the same problem, but in vastly different ways to each group, so they understand. But that's good. It keeps me on my toes as well. And it always, their desire to make things move quicker, to grow, pushes us to solve problems faster, to be innovative, to be flexible in what we do with our model. So having highly motivated investors is a good problem to have for us, for sure. You're going to have more frustration days than you're going to have aha excitement days, especially starting. But that's okay, right? Every little victory is still a victory, and if you can appreciate those, and especially if you surround yourself with a team that can appreciate those things appropriately, those moments, now you're going to have more days, frustration days, but those little aha moments are going to mean more, and they're going to be more lasting. And if that's not always, I was going to say in the back of your mind, but if that's not always in the front of your mind, why you're doing this, then those frustration days start to creep into your being. So if you're always, if you ask yourself, any decision we make, if I ask myself, is this part of what we have envisioned for the textile industry in the Philippines, right? Just reminding yourself of why the heck you're doing this makes the frustration seem so much less. It's going to be a challenge. Nobody ever told me this was going to be easy, right? I didn't, wake up in the morning, I'm going to do something easy. I'm going to start a silk business, right? That doesn't exist. So it's okay to get frustrated. I've lost my temper, lost my patience, and that's okay, because you can really grow from those. So always remembering why you're doing it, being able to step back and say, okay, that was a moment, I'm tired, I'm frustrated, things didn't happen the way I wanted it to, but there's a reason that I'm doing this, there's a reason that I'm grinding through these 2 years trying to develop this business. If you always have that, in the forefront of your mind, that's how I overcome, the challenges, that's how we as a team can stay patient, right? Knowing that we believe in what we're doing. But it's not, there's days where it's not easy, there's days where everything seems to be falling apart and you just want to, all right, I'm done with all this. But the second you get out of the immediacy, the acuteness of whatever you're feeling and take a deep breath, you're like, okay, I'm obviously here for a very important reason, and I have to reset and get back and do it. So I make it sound easy, but that's a daily challenge. You wake up early to go clean worm poop. You got to remind yourself why you're doing that, right? And it's not always easy, but at the end of the day, opening this door and seeing our team come in and teach everybody about the beautiful things they're making, there's nowhere else I'd rather be.